first-time cat owner. Low maintenance. Until 3 a.m. when a furry missile launches off the dresser. Like the apartment owes it money, and you realize independent does not mean self-maintaining. They walked in thinking they bought a roommate. They got a landlord who accepts payment in kibble and speaks exclusively in knock over the glass. The vet waiting room becomes a second living room. Shot spay or neuter paperwork, and the same panic dressed up as a dozen different Google searches. Why is it staring at the wall like it saw a ghost? Researchers surveying thousands of owners describe one bond as an open relationship. The cat keeps its calendar, the human keeps the receipts, and neither party has fully read the contract. During the pandemic, shelters reported adoption surges. Millions of humans trapped at home with a creature professionally trained in selective affection. The cucumber on the floor era did not help. The internet discovered cats are not decorative pillows. They are spring-loaded judgment with claws. Some owners never leave this phase. Others upgrade to full luxury dependency. The cat mom or cat dad. The cat did not move in, the cat annexed. The lease claimed the sunniest real estate and turned the human wallet into a subscription service. The sofa is a museum piece nobody sits on. The cat tree is Versailles with scratching posts. And the birthday cake has one name on it, and it is not yours. Taylor Swift brings Meredith Grey, Olivia Benson, and Benjamin Button to red carpets like plus ones with better hair. Celebrity scale proof that pet is the wrong word. Before Instagram, Karl Lagerfeld's Berman Choupette had staff product lines and fashion world fame. A cat living like a tiny unemployed aristocrat, as the BBC documented in its coverage of the designer and his cat. Then the algorithm version. Smoothie the cat, a British longhair whose entire brand is too pretty for this planet, the Netherlands' answer to a living filter. Psychologists call the extreme bond codependence. The cat wants proximity, the human wants to be chosen, and the litter budget looks like a car payment. One cat spoiled is a hobby. Many cats spoiled is a headline waiting to happen. The multi-cat or cat lady owner. Pop culture drew the cartoon first. Eleanor Abernathy on The Simpsons screaming, hurling cats the villain. Springfield crosses the street to avoid Mrs. Wicket. From Mr. Bean's World runs the same script. Sour landlady cat in the window, life soundtracked by scrapper and disappointment. The Guardian reported in 2026 that the joke is ancient, centuries of linking unmarried women and cats to suspicion, and that social science keeps debunking the punchline. Cat owners are not the unstable caricature the meme sells. Real multi-cat life looks less like a witch trial and more like air traffic control. Cole and Marmalade, Jug and Zigzag in the mix now, built a whole channel out of a crowded house. Adoption advocacy, enrichment, and cats who treat shared litter diplomacy like a UN summit. The math is brutal. 1 cat, 1 box, 3 cats, 4 boxes. 5 cats and your apartment becomes a vertical city-state with fur. The label is lazy gossip. The love is loud, and the research says the stigma tells you more about gender than about anyone holding a scoop. Same hallway, different philosophy about whether the front door is a portal or a crime scene. The indoor-only or Catio builder. Dog park energy, but the park is a mesh-enclosed balcony, and the dog is a cat who files complaints. Every window is a border checkpoint. Every screen is a peace treaty. Outdoor time happens in a harness on a leash or inside a Catio that cost more than the family grill and looks like a chicken coop designed by an architect. The American Veterinary Medical Association advises indoor life to cut risks from traffic, predators, parasites, and disease. The medical version of "the world is a hazard report, and your cat is not insured for adventure." Ecologists call this poll concerned protectors, owners who treat the outside like a boss fight and the living room like a fortress with better naps. Their homes sprout shelves, puzzle feeders, and DIY projects. Cat highways, tunnel systems, engineering that says affection looks like a building permit. They are not wrong that danger exists. They are just committed to making danger somebody else's zip code. For every Catio, there is a cat flap and a comment war hot enough to melt the Wi-Fi. The outdoor or freedom defender. The cat flap is a revolving door. The garden is a kingdom. And the philosophy fits on a bumper sticker. Locking a predator indoors is cruelty with better wallpaper. The same owner survey that found concerned protectors found freedom defenders at the opposite pole. People who treat roaming and hunting like constitutional rights, not optional hobbies. They debate in vet lobbies, garden forums, and birdwatcher threads, speaking different languages at the same volume. One side sees a prisoner behind glass. The other sees a casualty statistic with a collar. This episode is not picking a winner. It is naming the comment section civil war you have already scrolled past, where two reasonable adults cannot agree if the door should open. Community TNR volunteers, trap neuter return, play a different game. Feral colonies not fluffy with a monogrammed bowl. Not every cat story is ideology. Some start in a shelter with a backstory and a bandage. The rescue or foster advocate. They did not get a cat. They inherited a plot, trauma, medical catch-up, and a happy ending still buffering. Foster fail is not an accident. It is a trophy. The temporary guest gets a permanent throne, and the adoption photo reads like a sermon with better lighting. The ASPCA tracks millions of cats entering US shelters every year, a conveyor belt that only moves because volunteers show up with carriers and caffeine. Hannah Shaw, the kitten lady online, built a career on the least glamorous hero work, bottle-feeding foster networks, and the midnight labor behind every "we saved him" post. They recite backstories to strangers in checkout lines, carry crates like extra limbs, and measure victory in one more scared cat trusting a hand. This stereotype runs on patience, not ring lights. Some owners are not saving cats. They are A/B testing them for ad revenue. The cat influencer owner. The cat pays rent in views, and the human pays rent in ring light electricity. Matching hoodie analytics on a second screen, and a caption that lists the pet as co-founder. A startup where the CEO naps 19 hours a day. Grumpy cat, tartar sauce in real life, turned a permanent frown into a licensing empire, proving one face could mint money before TikTok turned every pet into a side hustle. Nala cat scaled into one of the largest commercial pet accounts on the internet. Brand deals, merchandise, the full creator economy, wearing whiskers and pretending it is wholesome. Maru, Japan's box-obsessed icon, became global shorthand for cat content. Put a square container on screen, watch the planet applaud. One breath, 4 legends. Lil Bub's legacy fund, Monty's shelter adoption gospel, Venus, the two-faced cat breaking the color wheel, Dijga, skateboarding like gravity is optional. Audiences fight about love versus clout. The owner schedules the shoot anyway. The most famous keyboard cat predates this whole economy, and your laptop still runs the same operating system, Cat OS. The work-from-home keyboard cat owner. Silent judge from the windowsill until the quarterly review, when the judge relocates to your keyboard and becomes middle management. The laptop is a heated mattress. The cat is the tenant. And your quarterly report now includes paw prints. During COVID, news outlets documented pets invading video calls. Cats, dogs, and the mute button promoted to the most important skill in corporate life. Researchers describe this bond as casual, friendly, close without the fur baby opera. A co-worker who naps through the meeting and still outranks the intern. Same species, same sofa, 8 humans pretending they run the household, and one cat somewhere walking across the keyboard like it wrote the whole episode.